Hello everyone, I am Amit Maru and today in this video we are going to discuss about shortest path algorithm by using greedy method. It is also known as Dijistra's algorithm to find the shortest path using greedy method. So let us start our today's video about how to find shortest path by using greedy method. First of all, you must understand here is this algorithm is basically used to find the shortest path. It is also known as one source shortest path algorithm, in that we will have only one source and remaining nodes will be considered as a destination node. So it is also known as one source shortest path algorithm. It is also known as a Dijistra's algorithm to find the shortest path. So in your examination, this kind of question may be there, that find out shortest path by using greedy method, or explain one source shortest path algorithm, or explain Dijistra's algorithm. So these are the different names to find the shortest path by using greedy method. So let us discuss how to find shortest path using greedy method. Suppose consider now a directed graph. Suppose we have one graph G, capital G, which has a set of nodes capital N and set of edges capital A. This graph is a directed graph. It means that there is a direction from one node to another node. Each edge has a non-negative length, so it is a weighted graph also. So every edge has some non-negative length. One of the node is designated as the source node, so we have to consider any one node as a source node. So as we discussed, this algorithm is also known as one source shortest path algorithm. It means that we have to consider one node as a source node, and then after remaining nodes are known as destination node. It means that we have to reach from source node to every node of the graph. So it is known as one source shortest path algorithm. This is our directed graph, in that there will be direction from one node to another node, and every edge has some non-negative value. So it is a weighted graph also. Now what is problem exactly? The problem is to determine the length of the shortest path from the source to each of the other node of the graph. There may be number of nodes in the graph. So as we discussed, we have to consider one node as a source node, and the problem here is to find out the shortest path from this source node to remaining all the node of the graph. This is the Dijistra's algorithm to find the solution of this problem. So this whole algorithm we will discuss with one example, so that you can easily understand how we can find shortest path from one node to every node of the graph. So let us discuss this whole algorithm with one example step by step. Suppose we have one graph. This graph has a different 5 nodes, and every node connected with some edges, and these edges are directed edge. Directed edge, it means that there is one path. For example, one first node and fifth node are connected with one edge, for example 1 to 5, and the length is 10. It means that the length between the 1 to 5 is 10, but there is no direction from 5 to 1. It means that we cannot reach from 5 to 1, but we can reach 1 to 5, and the length is 10. This is the definition of directed edge. There may be one direction from one node to another node. Second thing is every edge has some weight, so we have to identify shortest path from one node to every node of the graph. So we have to consider first node, any node, as a source node, and remaining node will be directly considered as a destination node. So for example, we are considering the node number 1 as a source node. It means that now remaining all the node like 2, 3, 4 and 5 all are the destination node. It means that we have to identify the shortest path from 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4 and 1 to 5 for all the remaining nodes, so that it is known as one source shortest path algorithm. There is one source node and remaining all are the destination node, and we have to identify the shortest path for remaining all the nodes. So now how Dijistra's algorithm can find the solution of this problem. So as per the Dijistra's algorithm, we have one array, for example C, in that we are storing different values like 2, 3 up to n. So normally we are not storing 1 inside the C, because first node we are considering as a source node. So all the destination node like 2, 3, 4 and 5 we are storing inside the C, that is a candidate set. So this candidate set has all the destination nodes. So initially in the first step we have to store different destination node inside the C array. So for example, initially C has a 2, 3, 4 and 5. Another array, that is a D, which is starting from 2 to n. So total number of nodes are 5. So 2 to n, that is a 2 to 5. In this D array we are storing different direct values, or we can say the direct value of one node to another node, direct length of one node to another node. So for example, for I is equal to 2 to n, so we are starting from the second node. So D of 2 is equal to L of 1 to 2. Here the value of I is equal to 2, so L of 1 to 2. It indicates that direct length from 1 to 2. So there is a one path from 1 to 2, yes, there is a direct path from 1 to 2 and the value is 50. So 50 will be stored on D of 2. So D of 2 is equal to 50. When the value of I is equal to 3, at that time D of 3 is equal to L of 1 to 3. It means that direct length from 1 to 3 and the value is 30. So we are storing 30 inside the D. Likewise, we have to store a direct length from 1 to 4, that is 100, and 1 to 5 is equal to 10. Again I am repeating, as initial step we have to take a two array. One is C array, which has all the destination node. We have to store all the destination node. We are considering here one as a source node, so remaining node 2, 3, 4 and 5 all are the destination node. These all are the nodes, and D has a direct length from source node to remaining node. So in D we have 1 to 2, the length is 50, we have stored inside the D. If you want to reach from 1 to 3, then the length is 30, so 30 here. 1 to 4, then the corresponding length is 100. 1 to 5, corresponding length is 10. So the here we have all the destination node and corresponding edges, or we can say the length is available inside the D array. Now greedy loop, this is the greedy loop, in that we are finding shortest path. So this loop will be executed n minus 2 times, and inside this loop we are just considering one variable v. V is equal to some element of C minimizing D of V. So we have to identify one node out of these 2, 3, 4 and 5 which has a minimum length from the source node 1. So here in our D we have a length of 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4 and 1 to 5. So we have to identify which is the minimum length out of this 4. So 10 is minimum, and the corresponding node is 5. So 1 to 5 and the length is 10, so 10 is minimum. So as per this algorithm we can say some element of C minimizing D of V. We have to identify the minimum value from this 4 and corresponding node we have to select from the C, and this is nothing but the 5. This 5 we have to store inside the V. So V is a variable, in that we are storing 5. Then after C is equal to C except V, it means that we have to remove this selected V from the C. So we have selected 5 as a minimum length node, so store 5 inside the V and then remove 5 from the C. Again I am repeating, we have to identify the minimum value from the D. For example, this is 10. Find out the corresponding node inside the C, that is our 5. This 5 we need to store inside the V, and we have to remove 5 from the C. Then we can get 5 will be stored inside the V and 5 will be removed from the C. Then for each value, or for each W belongs to C, it means that for W is equal to 2, W is equal to 3, W is equal to 4. So this loop will be executed 4 times, that is depends on the number of elements available inside the C. So here 3 elements, 2, 3 and 4 is available, so that this loop will be executed 3 times. When the value of W is equal to 2, at that time this loop will be executed. W is equal to 3, at that time loop will be executed. W is equal to 4, at that time loop will be executed. So for example, when the value of W is equal to 2, at that time d of 2 is equal to minimum of d of 2 and d of v means what, d of 5, d of 5 plus L of 5, v is equal to 5, so 5 comma w is equal to 2. So we have to identify the direct length 5 to 2. Is there any direct length from 5 to 2? No, there is no direct length from 5 to 2. So which it has a highest positive value, or we can say sentinel symbol. So this value will be the highest value. So we have to consider d of w, that is d of 2. D of 2 has the answer. D of 2 means d of 2 means 50. So that we have to store 50 as it is. Out of these two value, one is 50 and second one is highest value. Which one is minimum? So we have to consider 50 as a minimum, and 50 will be stored inside the d of 2. So 50 as it is. So 50 will be as it is. Then when the value of w is equal to 3, at that time we have to identify the value. For example, d of 3 is equal to minimum of d of 3, and d of minimum of d of 3 is equal to 30. D of 3 is equal to 30, and d of v, that is d of 5 plus 5 to 3. Is there any path 5 to 3? There is no path, so we are not considering because it is the highest positive value. We have to put as it is value, that is 30. Then after, our next value, that is 4. When the value of w is equal to 4, then d of 4 is equal to minimum of d of 4. D of 4 is equal to 100, and d of 5 plus d of 5, that is 10, plus 5 to 4. Is there any path from 5 to 4? Yes, there is one path from 5 to 4, and the length is 10. So this length is 10, and d of v, that is d of 5, it is already 10. So 10 plus 10, 20, and the d of w is equal to 100. So when we choose direct path 1 to 4, at that time the length is 100, but when we choose 1 to 5 and 5 to 4, at that time 10 plus 10, that is 20. So the indirect path has the length 20, and direct path has 100. So which one is minimum out of these two? That is indirect path 1 to 5, 5 to 4, that is a 20. So 20 will be stored inside the d of 3. So in place of 100, we have a new value, that is a 20, right? And the 10 as it is, because 10 is already minimum value. Now 10 and 20 both are the minimum, so we will check for the third value, that is our d of 3. Now we have to repeat same steps. Out of these three value, out of these three node, we have to identify the corresponding edge which is minimum. So from this all, we already considered 10. Now the next one is 20. So 20 is a minimum from this list, and the corresponding node for the 20 is 4. That is 1 to 4, and the length is 20, right? So as per our steps, we have to remove 4 from this C, and we have to store inside the V. So V will be 4 and C will be 2 and 3, because we are removing 4. Again, we have to execute this loop for w is equal to 2 and for w is equal to 3. When the value of w is equal to, for example, 2, at that time d of 2 is equal to minimum d of 2, that is 50, and d of v, that is d of 4 is equal to 20. So d of 4 is equal to 20 plus L of 4 to 2. Is there any path from 4 to 2? Yes, there is one path from 4 to 2. So 20, right? So d of v, that is our 20, and L of 4 to 2, it is also 20. So 20 plus 20, 40, and d of 2, that is our 50. So this is a 50, and another path, indirect path, has a length that is 20. So 20 plus 20, that is 40. So this is a 50 and this is a 40. So which one is minimum? So 40 is minimum. So we have to store 40 in place of 50. So next value will be 40, because To reach from 1 to 2, we have a direct length that is 50, but indirect length like 1 to 5, 5 to 4, and 4 to 2. So 10 plus 10 plus 20, that is 40. So 40 is minimum. So we have to replace 50 by 40. Now, when the value of W is equal to, for example, 3, at that time D of 3 is equal to minimum of D of 3, and D of 4. So as we discussed, D of 4 is equal to 20 plus L of 4 to 3. Is there any path from 4 to 3? Yes, that is a 50, right? So 50 plus 20, that is 70, and direct path D of 3, that is 30, right? So 30 is minimum. So as it is, there is no chance, because 30 itself is a minimum value, right? So 30 as it is. 20 already we discussed, and we have replaced the value in place of 100, and 10 we have considered as a minimum, right? So now out of these two node, we have to identify the corresponding edge which has a minimum value. So out of these all four, we have considered 10, 20. Now out of this 40 and 30, which one is minimum? 30, and corresponding node is 3. So remove 3 from this C candidate set and store inside the V variable. So V will be 3, and C has only one element, that is 2, right? So this loop will be executed only once. It is for 2 only. So when W is equal to 2, then D of 2 is equal to minimum of D of 2. So D of 2, as we already discussed, that is a 40, and D of 2, that is a 40, and D of V, that is a D of 3. D of 3 is 30. 30 plus L of 3 to 2. So 3 to 2 has a one, yes, there is a path, and the length is 5. So this is our 5. 5 plus D of V, that is D of 3, that is 30. So 30 plus 5, that is 35. And direct length D of W, that is D of 2, is equal to 40. So previous value is 40. 40 and 35 we have to check, and which one is minimum. So 35 is minimum. So that we have to replace 40 with 35. So next value is 35. It indicates that when we choose, when we select path 1 to 2, at that time minimum path, direct path has a length 50. Then we have chosen another path like 1 to 4 and 4 to 2. So 1 to 4 is a 20, 20 plus 20, that is 40. But another path is also available like 1 to 3, 30, and 3 to 2, that is 5. So 35. So minimum length is 35. So the last row, which has a different value like a 35, 30, and 20, and 10, this is the minimum length of minimum path, or we can shortest path from 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and 1 to 5. It indicates that if you want to reach from 1 to 2, at that time we have another path which has a minimum length 35. It indicates that if you want to reach from 1 to 3, then we have one path that may be a direct path, that is 30, but in this case it is direct path 30. And if you want to reach from 1 to 4, there is one path using that we can reach, that is 10 plus 10, that is 1 to 5 and 5 to 4, and last, that is a minimum length 1 to 5. So this is a Digistar's algorithm to find the shortest path from one node to remaining all the node of the graph. So as we discussed, this is the answer, that is 35, 30, 20, and 10. So we are getting exact shortest path from one node, that is source node 1, to every node of the graph. So let us discuss 1 to 2. If you want to reach from 1 to 2, then as per the Digistar's algorithm, we have to choose one path, that is 1 to 3, that is 30, and 3 to 2, that is 5. So total answer is 35. It means that if you want to reach from 1 to 2, then we have to follow this path, and the minimum length will be 35. Same way, if you want to reach from 1 to 3, then there is a direct path, and this is the shortest path 1 to 3. There is no other path through that we can reach 1 to 3, and which is minimum than 30. So direct path itself is a minimum. If you want to reach from 1 to 4, then the direct path has 100, 1 to 4, then the direct path has a length 100, but there is one shortest path 1 to 5, 10, and 5 to 4 which has a length 10. So 10 plus 10, 20. And direct path there is a 1 to 5 which is minimum path, that is 1 to 5. So this is all about Digestar's algorithm to find the shortest path. As we discussed, we have to consider one node as a source node and remaining node will be considered as a destination node. So it is also known as one source shortest path algorithm. It is also known as find out shortest path using greedy method. It is also known as Digestar's algorithm to find the shortest path from one node to every node of the graph. So this is all about Digestar's algorithm to find the shortest path by using greedy method. So thank you very much.